The blinds for this cash game are $25 and $50, $5,000 minimum buy-in. Players also taking advantage of a $100 optional straddle. Gene Drubetskoy is going to limp in. Tom Schneider, he raises to 225 with ace king. Quick call from Matt Glantz with jack 10. Jason Somerville will call. Gene folds. Okay. Three players seeing this flop together here at Maryland Live. Flops 3-8 queen, all spades. Glantz bets 400.
What do you got left, Matt? 600, something like that?
675.
All right. Let's put it in.
2,000.
I like your hand.
You got a lot of outs.
Wow.
9, 10, or jack.
It's Tom. Spade's coming right away.
There's no spades left.
He'll find one.
And there's a 10. That gives Matt Glantz a pair of 10s. He's not out of the woods yet, though.
Ladies and gentlemen, Matt
Because
Glantz.
now the river is a deuce, and so Matt's going to double up through Tom Schneider.
I tell you, I run bad.
See how bad he's running?
It's unbelievable how bad you're running.
He's running bad. That's why I put it in.
I don't even know how you stay in the game as bad as you're running. Unbelievable.
You're running bad, Tom. I feel bad
I
for him.
am.
You feel bad for him?
I feel awful. This game's not even on the up and up. Oh, thanks for joining us, Greg. You don't understand how to read a clock? You don't know what 340 is?
Yeah, I just had to do 4 interviews.
It'd be steam.
4.
Sick Greg.
All right, Schneider's
Oh,
back
now he's
in
coming
with
after-
queen
now
8 of
he's coming after
spades.
me. All right,
I'm trying to be an ambassador because Joe Hashem said I'm not a good ambassador.
Yeah.
So what I did for him to be a good ambassador is win a massive pot off of him in LA at a cash game. Slow rolled him. No, I didn't slow roll. But it was
Thank
really
you. I
nice.
was
It was
prepared to
really
make a
nice.
really bad call.
The first time I see him after that.
Wait, I guess we're all in.
Is this fine?
Are we all in?
Yeah, I would assume so.
I was prepared to
All
make
right.
a really
Seems like a
bad
fair
call.
fight.
Jason.
I did have a queen.
3 now. The 3 is the one he's going to hit.
Yeah, of course. He won't hit an ace or king. That's not true.
All right.
Terrible.
What? He donks off my chips.
Team Merson over here, right?
He donks off my
Worst player
chips.
ever.
All right, let me drag this in.
You're the worst player ever. That's up. Oh, Matt's awesome. Matt's fun. I love playing with Matt. He needles everybody. He's hilarious.
You could be down 100,000 and Matt will be needling you nonstop. He will never let up.
Like it's the same, win or lose.
Yeah.
All the time.
Decibel level.
You never know whether he's winning or losing.
Yeah. It had nothing to do with that, you guys. I don't think you guys understand.
He gets plenty back. I get it.
Understand
We're
the mind of
successful.
youngsters.
I do actually. I don't. I bet he
So
wasn't.
Your
doing
hand
it.
is so under rep.
Plus they're fake, so.
I know, but he's got a real hand.
They look good.
I mean, he might only have like ace king or ace queen, but
David Baker raises with pocket aces.
that's why you're stuck 10,000 in the game.
Somerville folds. And now to a new player at the table, Scott Baumstein in the big blind. Re-raises with ace king of hearts. Back to David Baker. David trying to disguise the strength of his hand. A min raise to 2,000. Quickly, ODB says, yeah, I call. It's a $12,000 pot for Scott Baumstein as he just sits down.
That seat hasn't been running too good.
Definitely.
Welcome to the game.
Not as bad as you, Tom.
Yeah.
Not as bad as you, but
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's not running as bad as me, but it is.
I had 5s.
Well,
6 of hearts on the turn.
Baker's
I would have
sweating.
folded if I saw a flop.
Six on the heart. 6 of hearts on the turn.
Matt, I had 5s.
Here comes the turn. It is a deuce. So Scott needs a king on the river to win or a 3 to chop this pot. It is a 10.
You know it's so good, Baker.
Disgusting. You are disgusting.
And David Baker is going to pull a $12,000 pot.
Good game, Scott.
Baker, you make me
Nice
sick.
playing with you guys. It's the rent on that sheet is 5,000 a hand.
Actually, you were telling me about the
Look, yeah, y'all got it very first hand.
I had to go. I lived in New Orleans. Like in New Orleans, I went to tons of Saints games. And my dad would take me to Saints games. We would always buy from. We would always buy from
I mean,
scalpers.
right away when he doubles up, it's like
Right.
And
We don't care.
came to Baltimore. It's the only place I've ever bought fake tickets.
Yeah.
Bought what?
I bought fake tickets.
Oh wow.
I'm sorry.
The only place that I've ever.
Well, yeah. Welcome to Baltimore.
We paid like $300 for tickets, and they weren't good.
Wow.
And so then
Let's
we
see
go
if we
to.
can bust Scott again. Let's just
Scott's back in with ace king.
see if we can bust Scott again real
oh
quick.
my God, Gavin, you make
And
me
Gavin
sick.
Smith folds
Don't
his
tell me
ace
shit like
king, much to the chagrin of Matt Glantz.
Really?
Really? What's going on here?
Scott Baumstein starts the long road back.
Wow.
I wish I could get that hand.
I wasn't folding against Somerville.
Ram said center stage here at Maryland Live, usually hosting great live music, but tonight hosting the Poker Night in America cash game. Poker Night in America brought to you by 888 Poker, where the world plays online.
I bet
I
you
don't think it really matters. I don't think that hand plays out.
It was a
Greg Merson was in a $100 straddle. He will call the
I get all the
raise with
pay-per-views
Queen
up
10
in
of
my room.
diamonds. Back to Scott with 5-7 of hearts.
The biggest growing sport in the world. The fight yesterday was amazing.
It's still wrong. It's still wrong that Floyd Mayweather can make $50 million and like Anderson Silva would make like $1 million. It's just nice,
1,150. Well, Anderson made more than $1 million, but
And Scott wants some action fast at this table. He re-raises to 1,150.
This should never have happened.
I got it.
Oh, you got it? Yeah.
Gene Drubetskoy plays here at Maryland Live as well, quite a bit.
I took care of it.
We got raises all over this table.
See, I
We're
didn't
now
know
at
it happened.
2,500.
Enjoy that
Quality
experience?
hand.
Did you enjoy that experience, Greg?
Look at that quality.
That is quality. Yeah, that's way better than we thought. Wow. How'd you fold?
What do you think I'm in there with the 7-9 off there? You're absurd.
If that was Greg Mueller, he'd have called it 2,400.
Yeah, you're right. By the way,
Yeah, well, somebody owes me 200.
I know exactly what you had.
I got the bet down
Exactly.
here.
I know exactly what you had.
It's 1,200 minus
Just because of that
that.
comment.
Oh, is it you that owes me 200?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's 200. I wrote the bet down.
I mean,
here.
it was definitely 200. So Jesus, I don't know.
Well, I got the bet
10
written down here.
spades?
Right when we made it.
Scott will stop
Ten
his
spades?
bluff,
Queen 10 of diamonds.
and Gene's going to take down a nice big pot in showing the world his pocket kings.
That jacket is so absurd.
It's not good luck anymore either. I think we're going to take it off.
I think the fact that you took it off was your curse. You know, you basically dissed the jacket because you were a little
Yeah,
uncomfortable.
you've been running bad like Tom ever since.
Yeah, exactly.
No, not as bad as Tom.
gotta reload if needed.
Is it 200? Would you guys all mind if we just gave Matt Glantz aces every couple rounds so he'd play a hand?
Yeah, I
You
don't
guys
play any
okay with
hands.
that? We just
He said he only likes to play against steel.
he does like to play against me.
That's working out well for
It's
him.
working out real well.
He's only playing against Tom when he's running bad, and he's still losing every pot. Imagine if Tom was running good, you'd be stuck 30,000 right now.
Imagine.
You'd be getting credit from everybody at the table.
Tommy Run Bad is killing me today.
Tom, will you loan Matt back the money that you won off him?
Yeah, sure. If he wants it. 200.
Damn it. You know when I Six Poker's on TV, all the guys were getting like 800 an hour?
1,400 an hour.
14? Is that much? So
How
insane.
insane is that?
A check and a 350 bet from David Baker. Trying to keep this pot small with that queen on the board.
I turned it down every time.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I never bet on that six poker. I got bet every time.
And the river is a king, another scare card. Let's see if Gene's going to finally make a bet instead of just calling all the way to the river. He's probably going to win the pot if he does.
What do you do? Sit back and wait for full tilt checks.
yeah, I mean, if you're getting $500,000 a year from full tilt, why play a 100K super hard cash game?
If Baker calls this, he's the worst player I've ever seen.
It's definitely the best ever.
What? Some bullshit about me, I'm
It'll-
sure.
Nothing to do with you, I swear.
No. You both looked at me and started
I
busting.
said, if Baker wins,
It's like, the dream.
that's what I said.
Well, Gene definitely has one of the best players in the world confused here.
What if you're betting a hand better than mine? I feel like it's king, queen, or I win. But I don't know. You might have a better hand.
History poker.
He makes the call. Gene doesn't want to show,
You're wrong, Glantz.
but he does, and David Baker's going to show a
You're
winner.
wrong. You know what he was saying, Baker? He says if Baker calls this, he's the worst player in the world.
Ever seen.
Great call from David Baker.
Nothing better than winning the pot and making Matt look bad in the process.
Yeah, exactly.
I had a spot where I would normally fold. Matt Glantz even said that.
If he's like setting up lineup, I don't think he's gonna fold Jack 10.
He comes off a little cold at first.
No. I think we're like cool and stuff, but in terms of like, I don't think he'll let me play in a game.
150.
Well, he just the best.
Greg Merson, the world champ from right here in Baltimore, going to raise to 150. Scott calls.
The highest quality of player he'll bring with him
All
is Jeff
steamed
Gross.
up.
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't play terrible, but he certainly, you know,
Yeah, I played.
isn't at an improvement level.
He invited me to this game. Are you kidding?
A couple of spades on the flop, and it's 10 high, so that gives Greg Merson
You ever
top
play
pair.
Anderson?
And Scott has absolutely nothing, but he's
I can get
betting.
in. I think Bill would let me in.
Lance calls.
I'm pretty sure I could get in. I'm pretty sure I could get in the RA games in.
Merson raises it to 900.
I'm pretty sure.
Scott folds.
You know John Rivera really well?
I know Bobby Baldwin pretty well.
Guess I'll do it.
You give off the aura of action. He knows that. That's why he can be a nit and win.
So Matt does call, so we will see a turn. Turns a 3. That's actually pretty good for Matt. He now picks up the open-ended straight draw to go with the flush draw.
Jason has been far nittier today than I thought he was going to be, too, by the way.
14, 1,400.
Matt Glantz, one of the great thinkers in the game, raises to 4,200.
Who the hell woke up Matt? What's going on? Someone got him all hot and bothered.
play aces.
Why didn't
He
you
wants
just
to
go
be
all in?
buried.
And now the thinking's on Greg Merson.
Going to go all in and lose.
All in. And call.
What do you have?
What do you?
All right, the chips are all in the middle. It's a nearly $15,000 pot, depending on this river.
That's why, because he runs like
He
that.
runs so good, he always makes 2 pair. Oh, I didn't even see it.
Oh wow! Guess what? Guess who's got his voice back? Somebody's funny now all of a sudden.
Alan, I'm quite your mule.
Yeah. Right.
He threw it at me.
David, are you kidding me with aces again?
You're supposed to put it in a baggie and shove it up your butt, right? Because that's the only way you can carry it.
So I owe 1,000.
As a mule.
He raises to 150. Matt calls with pocket eights.
You muled for the cast?
Yeah, right?
Somerville calls with 6-3. That's right. Get some of those hands in there. Let's see how David Baker can play against ace crackers. Jack 10 definitely in that ace cracking range. This time David's got to take his aces versus 3 other players.
Let's see how bad Baker plays this hand.
Flop is 4, queen 3.
I just know how he was telling us he was worth 1.5.
400.
Because they're limit games. Limit games.
Jason Somerville bets 400.
No, I didn't even bet my hand.
Call from Baker.
Check. No, I didn't even bet.
Lance mucks
Jesus,
the
what's
eights.
And you're talking to me about me.
No, I'll tell you why later.
I'm playing a Omaha tournament with Alan Kessler. There's some old crusty guy. This guy plays in every Omaha tournament. He plays tight as a drum. He has the pot scooped before the river. And this guy catches a miracle card, like a 1-outer. And Alan looks at the board. This guy gets up. It's his last hand. He gets busted out of the tournament by getting a 1-outer. And Alan goes, God, wow. That's you just got 1 outed. That's really bad luck. The guy goes, no. To Alan, like Alan just explained something to him that he had no clue. The guy plays every Omaha. It's just funny.
Aces scoop 3,400 for Baker this time.
Yeah.
Maryland Live, located just outside of Baltimore, about 25, 30 minutes from downtown.
Do we need reservations first?
Wow.
Do you know how long our
Mercy's
reservation
up for his own time.
1 hour.
Action is on Scott Baumstein. The calls.
He's like the nicest kid.
Hey, okay, guys.
Gene
so when Greg comes back,
Drubetskoy
we gotta get
raises
him to
with
break down
pocket
the fives,
kings.
he had to pay his own time.
David
Yeah, right.
Baker
It's portion of
re-raises
time.
with pocket
We
aces.
steal 50 from the pot goes to the dealer.
But when Greg
late
comes,
now, but-
when
Yeah,
Greg
Greg
comes
knows-
back, he owes $5. Hey,
Greg,
Greg,
pull out 5.
you got to owe $5 because you weren't here for the time pot.
This is yours. That's your thing.
We'll see who you owe it to, though. We got to see who wins the pot.
$7? Not $5.
Oh, wait, it's more than 5. Yeah.
800, yeah.
Shit, $7, Greg.
I don't have 7.
And you missed your straddle. You got to put it on 100 next spot.
Yeah, I know.
$7, Greg. You're gonna owe it to Gene, the guy who's obviously got a better hand than Baker right now.
That's the funniest thing you've said all day.
Wow, there you go.
I feel like my day's been wasted now. Most of my jokes are indirect needles.
Well, David Baker is going to play this one a little slower than last time. He's just going to call the raise, see if he can get Gene to commit more chips on the flop. And that's a great flop for both of these hands, so I expect that Gene's going to be putting all the chips in the middle here on the flop. 2,100 is the bet.
2,100. Yeah, but 100. I'm just saying 100 baby something. That's it.
What? Oh, you
Okay.
would.
I'll wait till baby.
All right, I'll make that fair.
Here comes the raise from David Baker.
Right now.
Right, the turn river don't count.
It can count.
Wait, what is it? I'm not allowed in?
We got some stuff.
And he
going on.
bets
Who do
enough
you
to
think?
Yeah,
put
Baker.
Gene all in. And here's the bad news.
That's pretty lucky. What do you think? Two extra kings, right? Yeah, it's almost like.
All right, here comes the turn.
Hey, we got aces.
Ooh, it's a queen. And the river. It's a 6. That pot worth $17,000 in cash.
Guess who's buying dinner tonight?
Come back after.
Hey, if you like this video from season whatever from Poker Night in America, there are at least 41 other seasons, and we've got every episode here on our page at your disposal. Go to town, but make sure you hit like and subscribe.